I'm Vivek, class of 2006. I am currently the Director for Product Quality Operations in Google. I've been with Google for about 8 years. This is my first job after ISB and I'm with them since 8 years. Prior to that, I used to be a fighter pilot in the Indian Air Force for about 13 years. So when I was thinking of making a change from a career in flying, one of the conscious decisions I took was I wouldn't fly professionally again because I wanted to do something which was very different. And for that I felt, I needed to retool myself. So for me, an MBA made sense. Why ISB? I would probably think of it as I already had 13 years of experience. And I was more likely to meet a lot more senior people here in my class, and I did. And that was one of the reasons. And the second one was I thought a one-year MBA made more sense to me than a two-year full-time MBA. So there are two things that stand out for me. One is the fun, and the second is learning. I remember this case where we were doing a case study about this company in the US, and there were a couple of classmates of mine who were actually been in that company at that time, were able to provide a first-party, insights into what really happened. I went on an exchange as an exchange student to China, and my learning about how people work in a different culture, they live, their priorities, I think that brought me a lot of joy. My 1 year of ISB was really useful for me to transition out. One, it helped me in a phased manner get used to civilian life again. The learning, the tools, which I got here, they really helped me in doing well at work, learning more, knowing what questions to ask, also understanding what I know and what I really don't know. During my time at ISB was when I realized, initially my plan was something different, but here as my horizons widened, I realized technology was the space I needed to be, or I wanted to be, or I was passionate about, and then I was able to narrow down my choices. So one of the important parts of going to a school or business school is the network you become part of. So in this case, the alumni network. So when I was thinking about my roles after ISB, Google was one of the companies which I wanted to target, and I was able to reach out to an alumni. And he was the one who actually coached me through on how to think about interviews and how to approach an interview well. The reason why I would consider ISB or recommend ISB is it has a great alumni network. We are very passionate about the school. We are very involved with the school. The other reason why I would think is you meet a great bunch of classmates. There are friendships you make which will last you your lifetime. And these will be people who will not necessarily you would probably never meet them otherwise because they probably come from a different industry, a different area of the country, a different area of the world. So you meet a very diverse set of people. It gives you a 1 year break to really analyze what you want to do in the rest of your life and career. And that's a great break to have.